Hey there, how's it going? It is Klaireeberry here with the MATIC Polygon horoscope for the year for 2022. So welcome to the new year. Welcome to the MATIC horoscope. Polygon in the house. So what a year. I mean, all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Gotta love it. So let's look at where we're going this upcoming year. I'm not actually going to look at January very much, just not a lot of the more long-term energy peaking. Not to say, you know, it won't be a good month or anything. Let's go ahead and take a card for it. Just for the entire month. See what the cards say. Six of Wands. Okay, so this is, you know, it's good. It's success. There's harmony. Things are cooperating. It's kind of maybe rising after a dip, or going to be rising after the dip. Could be a little bit in the future there. So let's go ahead and look at February. February 1st, we have Jupiter sextile Uranus. Okay, so Uranus is a theme, I will tell you, for this year. And I think that this is actually going to be probably pretty good. You know those Uranus aspects, very difficult to predict, but I have this as good. Yes, and it's coming through good. Even very long-term bullish here as well. Yes, energy, a sudden, exciting boost. Oh my gosh, freaking out. What's going on? Go MATIC. And very fresh, new, again, excitement energy there to start off February. So February 16th, we have the peak of Saturn square Mars. And this is where some issues really get started for the year, I feel like. And again, this is just the peak. So the energy is going to be starting ahead of this time period, ahead of the 16th. But again, peaking here. And of course, the long terms are a little bit hard to pinpoint to the day. But yeah, should be down energy, down or sideways at the very least. Maybe even like the dip, the V. Okay, I'm just seeing the V come through right there. So yep, we're taking it with the V on the 16th. Well, that's just one aspect. We also have another Saturn, as if one Saturn aspect peaking on the 16th wasn't enough. We have not only Saturn, another Saturn aspect, but Saturn square Uranus. So that is just issues all around. Let's see what the cards say for the second aspect on the 16th of February. Okay, yeah. It may be, again, this dip, this V is just kind of how it's coming. There's a switch. There's definitely change, in the way things are going. It's going to be down and over. Is kind of what I feel like there. So with both of those pretty much negative put together, it's a dip, it's a V. It's coming off as a V. So the 3rd of March, gosh, more Saturn aspects. I know it's not what you guys want to hear unless you're trying to buy in a bunch, which might be the move here for MATIC. Beginning of the month, beginning of the year here. I mean, we had some good energy early February. But yeah, March 3rd, again, guys, not financial advice. This is just, yes, I encourage you to think about playing around with, dollar cost averaging in and using this as a tool, but really it's just my intuition. It's astrology. It's fun. I'm not a financial advisor, just to say. Okay, so Saturn, Saturn to Saturn. I mean, this is like 4 Saturn issues, big Saturn negative, issues in a row. Okay, so again, we talked about the two Saturn aspects peaking on the 16th of February. March 3rd, Saturn conjunct Mercury. This is all over and sideways, all internal. If there's anything good going on, it's again just planning long term. And there are issues. I don't know exactly what the issues are going to be, but there's going to be plenty of issues. Okay, the 16th, Saturn, peak of Saturn conjunct Venus. This is sell-off energy. Okay, there are people here who are still, still loving, it's not a complete sell-off for sure. Okay, there's just some rash energy here. And this particular aspect might not be as bad as we thought. I think early March, sideways, we might have a little peak and then a sell-off is kind of what I'm seeing from the tarot come through, but otherwise it's just kind of meh, again, down or sideways. So on the 19th of March, we have North Node trine Pluto, and this is actually should be some good energy here. And again, long-term bullish energy. So this March 19th energy is beating the odds. It's good. It's strong. It possibly could be a peak and then down because there are some issues to be had as of kind of with this whole year, but I think it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so on March 21st, we have more Saturn conjunct Sun. And this could be kind of a turning point. This is basically, it could be good or bad. I think it's going to be good. I think it might be good, even though it's Saturn conjunct Sun. And it's kind of based on what it has done up until this point. And I think overall it's going to be good. Okay, so I pulled some cards while the dog was drinking, and we're ready to talk about April. April 11th, we have Saturn again, conjunct Jupiter. So this is a little bit hard, you know, because it's Saturn conjunct Jupiter, so there's a lot going on there. But basically, it's kind of like I have sideways, I have down, and I have the V. So I think that it's going to be the V maybe, and it's going to be actually sideways, you know, if you look at it the right way, because it's, you know, the price is going to be the same in the end as the start. But yeah, around this time, you know, might be going up, then coming down, and then going sideways. Actually, I skipped the 4th. Neptune, sextile Mars, same kind of energy. There's issues, there's distracted energy, FUD, coming through, so the 4th might not be that great. So on May 4th, we have big aspect of Uranus conjunct Uranus, and this is where we get our freedom, our judgment day, our big closure energy. This is freedom. We're free now. We're freedom from blockages that used to hold us back. It's like this whole new world. There's a lot of transformation, change, opportunity, life-changing energy here. Very good stuff, I think, here. And a new perspective as well on, you know, MATIC and what MATIC's doing and everything like that. So on the 26th of May, Uranus square Jupiter. Now this is, I think, good energy overall. It's very fiery, very good. It might possibly, you know, kind of peak and then come back down. But I think, you know, the story is going to be the peaks and the heights that it's able to get. So looking like a pretty good month here for May as opposed to the beginning of the year. So yeah, the June 12th energy that we have is North Node square Sun. And this is kind of I don't think it's going to be too exciting, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. The cards may be saying a little bit better than I would have said just by looking at the astrology. It's kind of like it's good, but it's good for the future. It's more like long-term bullish energy from this point. So, yeah, and, you know, it's Uranus. That's not Uranus. This is North Node square Sun. So it's just kind of that inner, you know, that more, again, just kind of lazy almost vibe there. Dreamy, you know, waiting, again, patience, waiting sort of thing. On the 19th of June, we've got Uranus conjunct Mars. This is, okay, I was saying up and then down again, eventually, essentially sideways. There's a little bit of a be careful energy here. Little warning, little red flag kind of popping up. Just be careful. There's a chance things could go bad there. That's kind of where I got the peak from. But overall, again, I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's essentially pretty much sideways there. The next day, kind of the same energy, but maybe a little bit better. We've got Jupiter sextile Saturn. That's big sideways energy, big, you know, planning. It's good long term. It's actually good long term, but it's a little bit of being patient in the meantime. Okay, so let's take July. I'm going to start completely over. Fresh slate for July. We've got more Uranus energy. Uranus is on the 3rd of July squaring with Venus. So this is a little bit of an ambiguous one, a little bit hard to read here, especially because it's Uranus, but, you know, just not just because it's Uranus, especially just this one in particular. You know, there's some elements of fixing issues here. There's some elements of, you know, oh, I've changed a lot, but guess what? I'm going to keep on changing a shoot ton more. You know what I mean? fixing issues up and then down. There's definitely the peak energy for sure coming through there. So I think it's going to be good, but it's going to go up and then come back down, you know. So on the 9th of July, we have North Node Sextile Neptune. This is big visionary. Okay. This is maybe stable right now, maybe a little bit of a peak and then, you know, down again for kind of that sideways totality, you know, solution there, or result. But, you know, it is doing something. It is kind of good. It is kind of good energy there. So more Uranus energy on the 15th of July. We've got, Uranus square Saturn. Now this is perfect because we have tests, issues, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and blockages. I mean, this is just not that great. You know, there might be manipulation. There's going to be power struggles. There's going to be just issues, flat out issues. And so on the 21st, we've got of July still, we've got North Node square Mercury. This, I think, yes, okay, can be pretty good here. There's, again, this visionary kind of a theme, okay? There's kind of a growing and a planning and a very much long term. This is like people putting in every day, every week, every month or whatever, and it's just building up. I mean, it's not going to go the other way with this kind of sturdy, stable, you know, real solid people supporting Polygon at this time. Okay. Okay, so on August 23rd, we have North Node conjunct Mars, and that's going to be pretty powerful. Pretty powerful, lots of action. And then the 24th, we have Uranus square Mercury, and that's the watch out, the come back down after the peak, I think, sort of thing there. So don't really have much else right now for the rest of this year. Of course, we'll come back and talk about, you know, closer as we get a little bit closer. We will be doing weekly videos, monthly videos, etc. So be sure to stay subscribed. Thanks for all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments, etc. So on October 29th, we've got Jupiter. Finally, some Jupiter energy. Jupiter sextile Venus. The popularity is good. The attractiveness is actually really, you know, drawing people in at this time. It's doing work. It's looking good. And then also on the 29th, we have another Jupiter aspect, peaking Jupiter, sextile Jupiter. So that's even adding to the great energy of this day, with, you know, there's a stability to this, which is good too. It's not just like going to be this quick peak. This is growth, success, recognition. And again, I think people are really, really like attractive and just like almost like emotionally, you know, feeling and just probably pretty excited. Yeah, just looking good. Okay. And it's, again, long-term good too. I think that's where this little peak in the background comes, and that stability is there, but that doesn't mean, you know, that there's a lack of fire or substance or anything else going on for Polygon. So a little bit of a crazy year for Polygon, not gonna lie. The first, again, that beginning, you know, from probably mid-February, and then early March, you know, not going to be that, probably all of March, honestly, not going to be that great. And even into April as well. But then second half of the year, or even starting, you know, May, I think we're going to do a lot better. Maybe comes from being a little bit overextended going into the year, possibly with all the all-time highs that we reached this year. But yeah, hopefully that you enjoyed this. Be sure to stay subscribed. Again, check out the playlist. Much love, many blessings. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.